What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Uncle Dick coming to you from New Orleans, NOLA, the NO, the Crescent City. Yeah, that Big Easy, baby. And today I got some content for you. But before we get into all that, you know what I need you to do? I need you to smash that like button. I'm talking about absolutely assault that thing. I also need you to tap on that bell notification and hit all, so you'll be aware of every last video I'm putting out. Also engage with me in the comment section. Now, I know this one's going to get quite a bit of backlash, quite a bit of hate. They're going to call me a hater, but it is what it is. But also I need for you to engage in the comment section for me. If you don't want to give your take, do me a favor and drop some fleur de lis in the chat for me. But I know I'm going to get some people's takes on this one. So, with no further ado, let's get into it. And if you clicked on the thumbnail, you know where I'm going with this. This is a review of the Lil Wayne, the Carte #6, that Carte VI, the long anticipated album from Lil Wayne. He's been kind of teasing this for about a year. In a continuation of the Carte series, and hopefully either one of two things is going to happen with this series. Either it's going to fall by the wayside, Wayne's going to retire, or he's going to step his game up. I was not impressed. And wait. Before we get into everything, I want to put a few qualifiers out there. Now, I've gotten some backlash for my take. I've gotten a bit of backlash for my take, because I voiced my opinion on social media. I thought the album was absolutely hot garbage. Hot garbage, to say the least. I can say more, but it was garbage. But I do want to put some qualifiers out there. One, I'm from New Orleans. Two, I'm about 40 years old. Wayne is about 2.5, 3 years older than me. I grew up with Wayne, basically. You know what I'm saying? I came up listening to Wayne from his inception. Whenever he put his albums out through Cash Money, I've listened to every last Wayne album. Wayne will forever be one of my goats. Wayne will forever be solidified in New Orleans. If you're not from New Orleans, you don't understand Wayne or have the knowledge of Wayne like people from New Orleans have the knowledge of Wayne. Tunchi. Tune. If you don't understand, if you're not from New Orleans, you don't get the full breadth of what we know about Wayne. Wayne will forever be solidified in New Orleans, as not to take away from him as an artist. Wayne is amazing at putting words together and rhyming them. Amazing. Amazing at metaphors and punchlines. Amazing. This album did not connect. I'm sorry. It was one of the worst albums I've ever heard in my life. Hot take. Now, you know that I absolutely and I don't want to compare it to anything. But when I say it's one of the worst albums that I ever heard in life, that's before this I would have to say Some Sexy Songs for You was probably like the worst album I've ever heard in my life. And it still may be the worst album I ever heard in life. But this Wayne album is definitely competing. Now, granted, I didn't go into this with high expectations because, like I say, I'm from New Orleans. I know Wayne. I know what Wayne is capable of. And as of late, to me, and a lot of people may agree or disagree, to me, Wayne hasn't been the same since Carte III. As a matter of fact, Wayne is totally different between albums and mixtapes and features. Album Wayne is totally different from mixtape Wayne and feature Wayne. You get a whole different Wayne when it comes to albums. And it's not a good Wayne. Wayne, let me not even go into Wayne. Wayne, I love you, brother. But this ain't it. Wayne on albums can't seem to put together anything cohesive, anything that gels and comes off as an album. It's nonsensical. But look, I wrote some notes down because I wrote notes because that's how. Look. Like I say, I'm from New Orleans. I'm 40 years old. I'm like 2.5, 3 years younger than Wayne, dude. I Dude, if you wasn't there from the hot boy days listening to Wayne, if you didn't listen to The Block Is Hot, if you didn't listen to 500 Degrees, if you one of these Johnny come latelys, dude, you can't tell me nothing about Wayne. You don't know Wayne like a New Orleans nigga know Wayne. We know Wayne. If you ain't from New Orleans and you ain't above the age of 30, I'm gonna say about 33. 33 is a stretch. I'm gonna say 35. But some people, if you're from New Orleans, you can go into your early 30s. But 35 and up, I'm gonna give you may know Wayne like we know Wayne. But other than that, you don't come at me. I know what Wayne's capable of, and Wayne is capable of. Well, at one point, Wayne was capable of whatever. The sky was the limit when it came to Wayne. One of the most talented wordsmiths in all of hip hop history. Now, does it make does it have substance as of late? No. The Carter 1, Carter 2, there was some substance in those. He painted a picture, he told you the story. He walked you through the Carter on Carter 1. And Carter 2 was the continuation. There was a few elements of that in the Carter 3. Carter 4 and 5 fell flat, but they weren't horrible, but they did fall flat to me. Funeral was decent, but like I say, Album Wayne is totally different from mixtape / feature Wayne. Feature Wayne's gonna try to eat you alive. Mixtape Wayne, when he's beat jacking, he's trying to kill the person who actually was on that beat. He's trying to kill that person and make his version of that song way better than yours. And most of the time, if not, no, most of the time, 90% of the time, if Wayne jacked your beat, he murdered your beat way better than you can. I know Wayne. People of my era from New Orleans know Wayne. You can't know Wayne the way we know Wayne. If you never ran into Wayne in a plaza in the East, you don't know Wayne like we know Wayne. If you weren't aware of Wayne before he started cursing, when Miss Sita, shout out to Miss Sita, before Miss Sita allowed him to start cursing, you don't know Wayne like we know Wayne. Like, you don't understand. Like, I've been in close, I've never even met Wayne. I ran into him in the plaza. I've been in such close proximity to Wayne that I've actually, and if you've been following me, you know that I'm a former producer. I've been in such close proximity to Wayne that I'm featured on a mixtape that he was featured on. If you don't know, if you go back to No Ceilings, Wayne's No Ceilings, that song I'm Good. First of all, shout out to my partner's Monster Beats. They produced that. Right? That song wasn't even originally for Wayne. You don't know Wayne like I know Wayne. That song was originally on a mixtape called Mr. Pharmaceutical by the homie Lucci Lou. Shout out to Lucci Lou. And I'm featured on that mixtape. You don't know Wayne like look, I'm not saying that I got this intimate knowledge of Wayne. Me and Wayne don't run in the same circles, never ran in the same circles. Never will run in the same circles. But you don't know Wayne like I know Wayne. But let's get into it. I'm going to go through this one by one. Starting with King Carter. There's no reason to mention King Carter because it's just an instrumental. It's a dope instrumental at that. Probably one of the doper instrumentals on this album. Next up, we're gonna go Welcome to the Carter. Welcome to the Corner. He ate on it. It was a cool vibe. It was cool. It was a cool song. I liked Welcome to the Carter. Did we get Bells? Hold on. Let me listen to it so I can refresh my memory on Bells. Oh, how can I forget this? This is the Rock the Bells sample. LL Cool J Rock the Bell sample. It's cool. I get it. This I don't like it personally. I can get if you do. I do get if you do like it. Right? This is vintage Wayne. This is it's got the same energy as 6 foot, 7 foot. Uh it's got the same energy. It's the energy. And he always has this type of energy. And by being number two, you know what I'm saying? That's the energy Wayne usually goes for. If you remember 6 foot, 7 foot, and money on my mind and stuff like that, that's the energy that Bells was given. I didn't personally like the sample. I mean, I like the sample itself. Come on, that's a legendary song. Rock the Bells is legendary. Uh I don't think I too much like their interpolation of it and what they did as far as the beat, as far as the drums. I wasn't a fan of it, but Wayne did Wayne on that. It was to be expected. It's on brand for Wayne. I'm not gonna knock him for that one. Then we get into hip hop, featuring Big X the Plug and Jay Jones. My bad, Jay Jones. Jay Jones ate on this. Big X the Plug on the hook. He ate on this. Jay Jones was the highlight of this song. Big X the Plug on the hook. You did your thing. I am not mad at you. Wayne was lackluster. Not only was he lackluster, Big X the Plug had the hook going. It was a vibe. And then, for some strange reason, on the last two hooks, Wayne decided to join in it with it. Instead of him just continuing with doing the ad libs like he did on the first hook, the first time the hook ran around, he decided to sing the whole hook with Big X the Plug, therefore taken away from the song. I hated that. Was it a horrible song? 33% of it was. Then that 33% was the 33% that Wayne contributed to it. I'm sorry, Wayne. I have to call it out. You did not do great on that song at all. Horrible. Not horrible. Don't get me wrong. It's a vibe. I like it. I mean, I like Big X the Plug and I like Jay Jones on it. Um, so next up we got Sharks. Sharks was actually better the second time around when I listened to it. When I first listened to it, I wasn't like that impressed with it. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't feeling the Jelly Roll feature on the hook, but actually the Jelly Roll feature wasn't. It's not bad. It just don't fit the Carter series to me. And from here on down, it just goes downhill for me. I'm not feeling it. Big Sean did his thing on the feature. I'm not the biggest Big Sean fan. I don't like his energy. He comes off as boring. I'm not a fan of Big Sean at all. Can he spit? Is he a talented rapper? Yes. Just not my cup of tea. The feature was okay. I'm not gonna say it was horrible. It was okay. He was spitting. He's an excellent rapper. He's excellent at rapper. He just ain't got no swag to me. The swag is off. I don't like it. And he don't bring energy to it. Sharks was an okay song. I'm not gonna throw it out. I'm not gonna throw it out. Banned from New Orleans. I gotta go to my notes for this. Banned from New Orleans, I didn't like at all. I didn't like the sample on it at all. Um, I don't like what they did with the sample. If you don't know, this is a old Nori beat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan. I wasn't a fan of the beat when Nori did it. So I'm definitely not a fan of like Wayne on it. It's it's lackluster. Wayne's energy is off on this as well. I d well, like, Wayne just be rapping. He just puts words together that rhyme. It does nothing. It leads to nowhere. He just wants punchlines. That's it. Wayne, you're in your 40s now, my man. I'm gonna need growth, and I'm gonna need for you to put more substance in it. We all know what we're gonna get from Wayne. We're gonna get substance abuse. We're gonna get misogyny, beating it up, eating it up, and that's pretty much Wayne. And I rap better than you. Wayne is excellent at rapping. He's excellent at putting words together. As far as rhyming and putting words together, he's still a goat. Still a goat. I'm not gonna take that away from him. Moving on. The days. What did I put for the days? Oh, skip. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in the Bono feature on a Carter album. I'm not. It can go. Now, I do get it. I do get his attempt at it. With this Bono feature, he's trying to play to the stadium arena crowd. He's trying to get this played in stadiums and arenas. This is his way of trying to get reconciliation. What's the word I'm looking for? He's trying to make it. He's trying to make it to that Super Bowl performance with stuff like this. These songs, and I don't blame them, is more geared towards the ESPN crowd, the stadium thing, but it falls flat. There's way better artists that can pull this off way better. Wayne is not. Wayne is a rapper, not he's a rapper, not necessarily a great artist. Great at rapping, not necessarily a great artist. From Cotton Candy. Now, let me preface this. From I'm gonna say from hip hop, we start getting a slow decline up into Cotton Candy. Cotton Candy, okay, so we start getting a slow decline, and then Cotton Candy, we get a little bit of a boost, but not much. We were still trending down from hip hop. Sharks wasn't that great. We trending down from hip hop up into Cotton Candy, where we get a little bit of a boost, where I'll place Cotton Candy slightly under hip hop. Maybe not slightly, but it's not better than hip hop. I love Two Chains. I'm a big Two Chains fan. Um, this Cotton Candy, I like the sample. I know a lot of people not gonna. I like the sample. That it's just, I just would have done it differently. I wasn't crazy about what they did with it. The sample itself is cool. It just seems a bit cluttered. And I love Two Chains. I didn't 2 Chains was the highlight of this song. And to be honest with you, Two Chains energy, I'm like a huge Two Chains fan. I love Two Chains. Two Chains seems like he could have came with a little bit more energy on this one. Was he spitting? Yes, he was. I'm not gonna take that from him. I just needed a slight. It wasn't much that you needed, Two Chains. It wasn't much. Just a slight elevation in the energy. That's all I wanted. Next up, we got Flex Up. Let me hear what that Flex Up sound like. Uh, oh, I know what this is. Flex Up. Flex Up is Wayne's talking to the girl song. Wayne has never been Wayne has never been good at talking to the ladies. Uh, that How to Love is probably his best attempt at talking to the lady. Wait. What's that one with T-Pain? Uh, I Can't Believe It with T-Pain. That may have probably been his best attempt. Between that and How to Love, his best at talking to the ladies. Uh, Mrs. Officer may be up there as well. I would consider Mrs. Officer talking to the ladies, but he's not great at talking to the ladies. Wayne is I wanna beat it up, like, I'm hard pass, hard pass. Uh, Island Holiday. I hated this. I hated this song, but I hated it, but I know that there's gonna be a lot of people that like it. I don't like it, but I know that a lot of people are gonna like it. The sample was decent. The drums on it wasn't as horrible as some of the other samples that came into play. You know what I'm saying? It didn't totally miss the mark as far as the sample. I didn't like it. I can see a lot of people liking it. This is like I can hear this at Sephora or Forever 21, Hot Topic, uh, Journeys, the shoe store Journeys. I can hear it being played there. Uh, Not necessarily my cup of tea. I'm not gonna totally take it away from him. I think it's horrible. Not for me, but I'm not gonna totally take it away from him. Next up, Loki's theme, straight garbage. Nothing good to say about this song. Horrible. Ass cheeks. And it was terrible, Wayne. What were we doing? What were we doing on this? That's all I gotta say about that one. If I had a guitar, this is his first of all, Wayne. And it's not even Wayne. If you think this song is good, and I've seen a lot of people saying that this song is good, you are horrible. Absolutely horrendous at discerning good music. There is absolutely nothing redeemable about this song other than the acoustic guitar. Yo, first of all, I know a lot of people don't know about autotune. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's using autotune, right? Your favorite singers, like people have this misconception unless it sounds like the roboty sound, it's not autotune. Yo, singers that you don't hear the robotiness with, autotune. Autotune. Everybody's doing it. If you're not Aretha Franklin, if you're not um one of these gospel artists, you know what I'm saying, that's grew up in a church constantly, always singing, you know what I'm saying? Uh if you're not a Whitney Houston and all these elite R&B singers and stuff like that, you're using autotune. So autotune is just not that computery sound. Autotune is a tool, right? So maybe you're a singer and you're using autotune and you don't use that computery sound, but every now and then you're going to miss a note. Autotune corrects it. That's why it's called auto-tune. It tunes it autoly. The computery sound is just a setting that people learn from T-Pain to like make it give it that computery robotic sound. It's a certain setting that he was using. Everybody started copying it. It's going to put you on tune, but it's also so heavy and strong that it sounds computery. So everybody's using it, even your singers. So even when you don't recognize it, it's still being used. Auto-tune does not go with acoustic guitar, not in this fashion. Not with these settings of auto-tune, not with the computery voice. It don't go. You don't do auto-tune in this fashion with acoustic guitar. No. Trash. Totally trash. Elephants to a peanut. I mean, peanuts to an elephant. Gross. I'm talking about from its soon as it came on and I heard the elephant. Let me see if I can make the elephant sound without. Soon as it came on and I heard the I was done. But I had to listen to it. I had to get through it to get through my review that I was eventually gonna do. Once I heard the, I was done. First of all, track horrible. Wayne spitting on this track horrible. Nothing redeemable. Nothing good about this song. Trash. Throw it away. Rory, I'm not gonna get into it. This song is featuring his son Cameron. Shout out to Wayne for being in the game so long to where he can start putting his children on songs. I love it. I ain't got nothing bad to say about this song. Is it for me? No. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Maria, yo, this Maria track, Wyclef, dude, and those who don't know, Wyclef executively produced this album. Everybody, all you artists out there, stop getting Wyclef to produce your album executively. Wyclef should not be making any decisions on anyone's albums. Who told him to do this Ave Maria with Andrea Bocelli, and I think she's the one on, she's singing the hook. The I get it. I don't like it. Sample is horrible. Who told you to sample this for hip hop? For a rap album? Don't do this again. Wyclef, you need to be slapped on the hand, homie. That was trash. Your verse was trash too. Yeah, I said it. It was garbage. Everything about it was garbage. Wayne, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Throw the whole song away. Being myself, throw the whole song away. This was like a laughing out loud moment. I'm talking about elephants to a peanut. I mean, peanuts to an elephant, laughing out loud. And not in a good way. Maria, laughing out loud. Why? Why? Who made this decision? Tell them don't make these decisions no more. I'm talking to you, Wyclef. Don't do this no more. Being myself, I'm gonna put it to you like this. For those you, I say this a lot. I was an aspiring producer in my youth. Manny Fresh, he don't know this. He probably does know this. Not about me personally, but just in general. As far as production is concerned, Manny Fresh basically raised me. This beat, and look, we did a whole, I was in the Discord, dude. We did a whole listening party on this. Maybe it's just me and my bias towards Manny Fresh, even though at the time I didn't even know this was a Manny Fresh beat. I liked it. I like the beat. I like the beat. I like the sample. I like what Manny did with it. He didn't do too much. He did just enough. He didn't do too little. I'm look, I'm gonna be hesitant. I'm gonna always be hesitant to criticize Manny Fresh. I'm gonna always be hesitant to do so. But that little leak song that they came out with before this, I don't even remember the name of it. That wasn't it, Manny. This one, this particular beat, I liked it. Wayne, this song was cringe. It had some of the cringiest bars. The whole I'm peeing myself bar, I'm pleasing myself bar, cringe, gross, an assault to my ears. Why? Like, where are your friends, Wayne? Where are your friends at? This was horrible. Who was in the studio with you when you were doing this? Tell them. McMahon, I'm gonna need you to tell them. I'm gonna need you to tell Wayne. I'm gonna need you to tell people in the studio when you're not around to like, don't let Wayne do stuff like this. Sad. Which brings us to Moolah coming in. Also trash. This was a poor attempt at that Playboy Cardi vibe. I hate it. I didn't even understand what was going on in this. It was unintelligible. Hated it with a passion. And for all those who don't know, who haven't seen that video, I don't even remember if I reviewed Playboy Cardi's album or not. I'm not a Playboy Cardi fan by any stretch of the imagination. I am not a Playboy Cardi fan. But his album I actually liked sonically. Maybe not subject matter wise, but sonically. That Playboy Cardi album was dope. This was a poor attempt at that. And it sucked. Big time. Okay. That brings us to Alone in the Studio with my pew pew. This was awful. Kodak Black. First of all, Wayne and Kodak Black, I'm gonna need y'all to seek some an intervention. For all those surrounding both Kodak Black and Wayne, I'm gonna need y'all to give these guys an intervention. I love Wayne. He's from my city. I grew up listening to him from everything. I'm talking about Hot Boys. I'm talking about the squad. Like I can like you don't understand how much I know Wayne. I can pretty much recite to you bar for bar, track to track, from like The Block is Hot all the way to the Carter 3. I can recite every single song word for word. And most people in New Orleans who came up in that era can as well. Y'all don't know Wayne like we know Wayne. Wayne is capable of doing much better than this. I went into this with low expectations because I know Wayne. I know he's gonna miss the mark album wise. I know he's gonna miss that mark. My expectations were extremely low. And I would pull up the like I know people gonna think I'm capping. And hey, if you're in the Discord with me, let people know in the comment section. I called this before it dropped that it was gonna be bad. Everybody in the Discord was calling it before it dropped that it was gonna be bad. Shout out to the mayor. Big Gotham. Shout out. We were all calling it. It was gonna be trash, dude. We knew it. The bar was set so low and he still didn't reach the bar. Last track is written history. Wayne spit. That's it. It was decent. But alone in the studio, it was awful. The beat sounded too stripped down. It wasn't, they didn't do enough to the beat. It sounded incomplete. And I'm gonna put it to you like this. As a producer, there would be beats that I would pour my heart and soul into that I knew were bangers. You get a rapper in the studio for a listening session so he can pick beats. There's times in which you can't, like, put it like this. You're gonna have like those beats you're not like, yeah, I I don't too much like this. Or they can be like incomplete s- beats that you still need to work on that you just lost it at the time, right? So you would play beats, you would play everything, and you start from like worst and lead up to your last. But you want to get to this beat. You want to get to this beat that you know is a banger. In your heart and soul, you know this beat is a banger. But you saving these bangers towards the end. And the rapper, he don't even get halfway through the listening session before he picks something incomplete that you think not even finished working on. As a matter of fact, you had forgotten about it and you didn't plan on working on it again because you lost it. That's what this beat gives me. Incomplete and it's a throwaway. A throwaway. I don't know who produced this, but you should be ashamed. Also, wait, let me make sure. I think what's another beat? Oh, Loki's. Look, I'm gonna just say in general, production was horrible to me, with the exception of being myself. Um, hip hop. Let me see. Let me see. The opening track, which is the introduction, dope. Bells, okay. Hip hop, I liked it, dope. Sharks, uh. Band from New Orleans, I'm a as a New Orleanian, I want to like it. A lot of people will, so I'm not gonna totally throw it out the window. The days is not trash. It's not trash sonically. It was going somewhere. It's just not my cup of tea. But for the most part, in general, production was trash. Was Wayne spitting on his album? Yeah and no. A bunch of bars that led nowhere. He rhymed well. His cadence was there. And I'm gonna put it to you like this. Wayne, don't think we didn't notice that a lot of these bars were recycled. A lot of them we've heard before. Look, y'all don't know Wayne like I know Wayne. We know Dwayne Michael Carter, homie. We know Tune. We know Tunji. We know Cartoon. We know this guy for being from New Orleans. Like Carter one, the first Carter, that Birdman Jr. track, dude, dude, you don't even understand, dude. Like post Katrina, that went so hard, bro. And then Carter 2 dropped right after that. And I'm talking about post Katrina. Carter 2 came out not long after Katrina. I'm talking about, look, it was so like y'all don't know Wayne like we know Wayne. Dude, it was the time in which right before Carter 2 came out, I was after Katrina, I was in Lawson in Birmingham, community college. Shout out to Lawson, shout out to Birmingham. You know what I'm saying? I was at Lawson, sitting in I was in barber school at Lawson, you know. I already knew how to cut hair, but I was trying to get certified to do so. I'm sitting in a chair, in a barber's chair, in between, because we were just chilling in between instructions or, things to do. And I got the headphones in, I got the earbuds in, listen to that Birdman Jr. Got my eyes closed, vibing to it. You heard me? You don't understand that. Capital. Only key to survive is if the elements don't the riders will, for real. Dude, I got my eyes closed, vibing. Open my eyes. I see everybody staring at me. And I'm like, why y'all staring at me? And granted, I'm from New Orleans. Everybody else in this situation, in this room, is from Birmingham, with the exception of my cousin Maul. Shout out my cousin Maul. Love you, my boy. They looking at me crazy because I sound just like Wayne. You don't get it. These ain't the bars we be looking for from Wayne. We be looking for, it's something where niggas know you for money, but homie, don't make me put that bread down and pick them toasters up. Yeah. Ice dripping off my necklace link. Yes, this make kids think we're a frozen cup. No breakdown can hold me up. Neither can slow me up. Boy, flow is tough. If I ain't dope enough, I got a neon full of. I pop the trunk and open up. Y'all don't know Wayne like we know Wayne, homie. Let's go. Wayne. This was horrible, dude. This was horrible, bruh. This is by far one of the worst albums I've heard in life. Yeah, I said it. It's right. Some Sexy Songs for You was probably like, I'm not a big Party Next Door fan. I ain't never like uh listen to any of his albums. I'm hearing this along the same lines as a Party Next Door album. I ain't never heard it, so I can't compare it to anything Party Next Door did. Some Sexy Songs for You was trash to me. This is competing with it. It can be slightly above, it can be slightly under Some Sexy Songs for You to me. I haven't decided yet. Either way it goes in around that same category of trash to me. If not trasher. You feel me? You don't understand. Like, I went into this with low expectations, but I still want Wayne to be great because Wayne is great. Wayne is awesome at what he does. So you don't get it. So if you ain't from my city and you ain't grew up in the era that I grew up in, you don't know Wayne like we know Wayne. So you can miss me with that, you don't know what you're talking about, bro. Wayne. You can miss me with all that, you hear me? Straight up. Because you don't know Wayne like we know Wayne. And I know I'm not alone in this situation. All my people from New Orleans, you dig? They got plenty of people from New Orleans that like this. I know. I've seen it on Facebook. I've seen it on social media. I've seen it on not X, because I can't really, unless I follow you, I don't know where you from. But most of the people in my Facebook, they from New Orleans, and I'm seeing a lot of people that actually thought it was dope. I'm also seeing a lot of people from New Orleans that thought it was straight garbage. And I'm not saying that your opinion is wrong if you like it. Because, people's listening pleasure, people's ears are different. But minds are slightly more trained than a lot of people's. I'm not saying I pick out the best music. Look, I'm not saying I'm this artist that I like that, you won't like. One of my favorite artists of all times is Amy Winehouse. I tried to put my mom's on Amy Winehouse. She was like, no. She sounded like she on like substances, which she was. So she wasn't wrong. So it's not like he's even the substance abuse that turns me away from Wayne. But it seems like he's at a level of misusing substances it's affecting his work. And I want better for Wayne because we do love him. He's always going to have a place in our hearts. Look, hold on. Before I sign off, you know what? I'm gonna just leave it there. Wayne, bro, just know that um, if you see this ain't coming from a place of hate. This ain't coming from a place of hate at all. This is coming from a place of concern. There's no way in the world I can hate you. I dislike some things you've done in the past. Some things you've said in the past. I've disliked some of those things. But being a New Orleans native, I'm always rooting for you. I'm always cheering for you. But this ain't it, my brother. This ain't it, homie. So look, check this out. That's all the time I got for you today. Make sure you do me that favor and like, share, and subscribe. And just remember, and I wish Wayne, this is for you too, homie. Give maximum effort in all your endeavors. And I'm going to see you next time. Peace.